Well, I'm back with this video. This is going to be... Now, I already reviewed all my Survivor Series reviews for 1990, 1991, 2012, and 2017. So, we reviewed them all four for this month. For November, because Survivor Series month. Now, we're getting ready. Now, I wanted to finish this Survivor Series month with a best and worst of Survivor Series. That means, like I mentioned before, it's going to be a top 10 worst Survivor Series matches. It's going to be one-on-ones and the elimination matches, the tag team elimination matches. And the 5 worst overall shows I chose. So, there's that. And the vice versa is the best Survivor Series matches, the top 10 best Survivor Series matches, and the 5 best overall shows I picked. So, there's going to be some honorable mentions for, like, in the worst Survivor Series shows, like 2015 is an example, which was not that great. 1997, of course, with the Montreal Screwjob, which we already know, but yeah. So basically, in the matches example, like this honorable mention will be Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio from Survivor Series 2019, and the Battle Royal from last year's Survivor Series. Let's just not talk about it. But anyways, so let's get this underway. So this is gonna be now after I did my Survivor Series 2017 review, I made all these matches and top 10 worst and best, and then in the best and worst overall show. So let's talk about and let's break them down. So let's start off. Let's get the bad out of the way first. So let's get the negativity out of the way so I can do this. And instead of doing worst as one video and best for the other, I decided to combine all 4 of these lists. So that's why this is the best and worst of Survivor Series. So let's get to the bad out of the way. Let's start with the top 10 worst Survivor Series matches. And like I said before, there's going to be some one-on-one matches and the elimination match in there. So yeah, let's get on to the show. Let's get on to the worst matches. And let's not fool around. So yeah. Anyways, number 10, Roman Reigns versus Big E at Survivor Series 2021. This was not a good main event, honestly. In my opinion, the main event should have been Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, because we've seen Roman Reigns main event how many pay-per-views that year alone. You know, Fastlane, WrestleMania 37, yeah. Backlash, not WrestleMania Backlash. Money in the Bank, I gotta give that credit first because there's Edge in there. SummerSlam again, same with Cena. Extreme Rules, and here, and I'm not counting Crown shit as a pay-per-view because it's a Saudi Arabia event. This was boring, and I'm sorry, but Big E's title run was a flop, honestly, because 2 months later, day 1, he dropped it to Brock Lesnar. And we all know what happened afterwards, so we're not going to talk about it, but yeah. And we all know Roman was going to win this. Come on. Even a 5-year-old know who's going to win this match. So yeah, this was not a good main event and an overall show which you're not going to see the last time it was these matches Survivor Series 2021 in matches, which here and the best, which we'll get to. Anyways, number 9, The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan for the Blue Universal belt at Survivor Series 2019. This match, one, I'm sick of seeing Daniel Bryan in a fucking title match. And apparently he's going to have another one in full gear on Saturday, which, side note, Saturday will be on my 1996 year in review, so get ready for that. And the other thing is that fucking red lighting. This match, ugh. I mean, the Rumble match, the strap match, which I hate, was better than this match, but this match, God, it made The Fiend look mortal to Daniel Bryan. Why was Daniel Bryan having too many offense on The Fiend? I don't care. The match was boring. At least The Fiend retained, so thank God for that. So, yeah. Anyways, I think it was right before he had the custom Fiend title. The Fiend, by the way, was Bray Wyatt, keep in mind. Anyways. Let's continue on for this show. This countdown list. Anyways. Number 8, the men's 5-on-5 match at Survivor Series 2018. Okay, I know a lot of people say, what about the one from 2017? Look, that match was better than this match. This match was fucking stupidity all way because you made Samoa Joe look like a chump, making him being the first eliminated in this match. You have Big Boy Braun who just ran through everybody on Team Raw, and what did he get? An ass kicking the following night on Raw, so much for that. And the reasons why I hate Survivor Series 2018 in general, so this match sucks Bart Simpson shorts. Because the prior had, on the Raw side, at Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Big Boy Braun, and Triple H. Here, okay, Braun, Fowler were on this team again, but this time we got Bobby Lashley. Okay, I'll find that. McIntyre, okay, fine. And fucking Dolph Ziggler. Fuck that. So yeah, this match sucked. And this continues that fucking horrible feud with Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. We're not done with Survivor Series elimination matches. So yeah, number 7, the women's 5-on-5 match at Survivor Series 2021. This did not anything for anybody. Who cares? I don't care about this Survivor Series elimination match. I think Bianca Belair was the team captain, I believe it was, but who cares about this stupid shit? The whole brand warfare thing ran its course by this point, so yeah. Next. Number 6, Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett with John Cena as the special guest referee for the WWE Championship at Survivor Series 2010. I don't have to talk about the whole Nexus thing again because we already mentioned it. Let's keep it brief. Now Wade Barrett now is a commentator for SmackDown, who is actually a good commentator, keep in mind. These two do not have chemistry whatsoever. This was a boring main event, and John Cena got fired kayfabe-wise, but he came back the following night on Raw. Whatever. Who cares? This match was bad. Randy Orton was a babyface, in my opinion. He's never good as a babyface. He's way better as a heel. Anyways, number 5. The Undertaker versus Hayden at Survivor Series 2004. Ugh. You reason why the 2003 Survivor Series was better than this show? Because you have Hayden on this show. Fucking hell. This whole storyline between The Undertaker and Hayden / Paul Heyman was fucking dumb, honestly. Undertaker came back at WrestleMania 20, and he ended the year feuding with Heidenreich. Yes, he got a WWE Championship match at SummerSlam, No Mercy, and Armageddon, but whatever. Those were non-factors because this whole feud. Let's not talk about this. This match was terrible. I already mentioned it back in my Survivor Series 2004 review 2 years ago, so let's get on the way. Anyway, and this is not going to be the last time we saw Survivor Series 2004 on this list. As far as a match, that is. Anyways, number 4, Team Ziggler versus Team Foley at Survivor Series 2012. This was originally supposed to be Team Punk versus Team Foley, but again, they had to get John Cena in the main event. Or how about it? Take Ryback out of the match and put Cena in his place instead. Or take Orton out of this. Because why was Randy Orton in this whole thing? Whatever. And why was he on Team Foley? Because in 2004, he was in a feud with Mick Foley. Whatever. This was a dumb Survivor Series match. I'm sorry. I already mentioned it in my Survivor Series 2004 review, so keep it going. Are you done with Survivor Series 2019? It's a bad... Well, spoiler alert, it's going to be on my worst list later. Number 3. I hate to do this for Becky Lynch, but this was bad. Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Shayna Mooseface Baszler. Yes, I'm calling her that because she's with fucking Horseface. So yeah, since Ronda's the Horseface, Shayna's the Mooseface. So yeah, this was the main event. I'm not kidding you. This was the main event of Survivor Series. And honestly, this match was a setup for Becky versus Shayna at WrestleMania, which you should have done Charlotte versus Becky at WrestleMania. Because honestly, I'd rather have Becky win this match and not do this because, NXT was being threatened by AEW. Who gives a shit about it? This was bad. I did not care for the triple warfare thing. It was fucking cluster at hell. Moving on. Number 2, Team Orange versus Team Triple H at Survivor Series 2004. This may have been also a Survivor Series. Yes. Last Survivor Series had one of the best ones with Team Austin for the Team Bischoff, which, geez, I wonder what's going to be on my best list. So, yeah. This was dumb because the winner of this match, the 4 teams, the 4 members of the team will be general managers for 4 weeks. Because Eric Bischoff went on vacation. Yeah. Team War won. This was during Randy Orton's horrendous face run. I already mentioned in my SummerSlam 2004 review. And here, right, at Survivor Series 2004 review also, 2 years ago. This whole Randy Orton babyface run was a dumb idea. Because I kept saying this over and over. Maybe I should do a video on why Randy Orton was better off as a heel. Whatever. This was bad. We go from one bad main event to another bad main event to a hat trick, a third bad main event. I did not plan this, but this match. Number 1, I have to do this. This match made me insulted. There's more dishonorable mentions be Randy Orton Big Show from 2013 Survivor Series for the WWE Championship. Why was Big Show main eventing a pay-per-view in 2013? Who knows? LOD Bossman versus IRS and Natural Disasters from 91 is another honorable mention, but number 1 is Brock Lesnar versus Dan Bryan from 2018. This match, everyone said this was a great match. To me, this match sucked. This was the beginning of the horrendous run for Daniel Bryan. It made me hate him even more. It killed off AJ Styles' momentum because Vince McMahon does not see AJ Styles as a top player. You're fucking stupid, Vince. I don't want to talk about it. This whole show was... We'll get to that later. So that's number 1. Brock won the obvious. So that's number 1. Bryan Brock from Survivor Series 2018. If you don't like it, shut up or I'll smack you one. So yeah. So I'll rank you down from the top 10 for the worst. So number 10 was Roman Reigns versus Big E. The 2021 Survivor Series. Number 9 was The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship from the 2019 Survivor Series. Number 8 was the Men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match from 2018. Number 7 was the Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match from 2021 last year. Number 6 was Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett with John Cena special referee from the WWE Championship from 2010 Survivor Series. Number 5 was The Undertaker versus Hayden from the 2004 Survivor Series. Number 4 was Team Sailor versus Team Foley from the 2012 Survivor Series. Number 3 was the 2019 main event between Becky, Mooseface, and Bayley from 2019. Number 2 was Team Warner versus Team Triple H at the 2004 edition. And number 1 was Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan from the 2018 Survivor Series. So, yeah. And now let's get to the next worst on the list. The top 5 worst Survivor Series. And I only include 5 because there's not many Survivor Series I remember. So, yeah. So, there's some dishonorable mentions like 2015, for example. And, there's another one I want to say. 97. But the only reason I did put it on here because of the infamous main event between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, the Montreal Screwjob, which you already mentioned. But here's the top 5. These are from the 2010s. So, there's one from the 2021. But we'll get to that. So, number 5 is Survivor Series 2010. This show did not feel like a Survivor Series. Like I mentioned before, the main event between Randy Orton and Wade Barrett. Yeah. You had Kane versus Edge on the show, which wasn't that great. And Edge at this point had a rough 2010, but at least he ended the year as World Heavyweight Champion, so until his retirement for 9 years. So yeah. You have a Survivor Series which did not matter because of it. And the rest was just filler, honestly. So yeah. That's number 5, Survivor Series 2010. Number 4, Survivor Series 2013. Yes, I already mentioned Big Show and Randy Orton. Why was Big Show in a main event in 2013? Because, and Randy Orton was at least a heel at this point, but he was a chicken shit heel at this point. This whole thing was just going to set up John Cena and Randy Orton. John Cena and Randy Orton for both world titles at TLC, which I think it was a mistake. Honestly, it was a mistake. What else you had on the show? You had John Cena versus Del Rio for the world title. Enough said. And again, the rest was just filler. Did not feel like a Survivor Series. These 2 Survivor Series are just passable Survivor Series events. But let's get to the top 3. Number 3, Survivor Series 2021. Except for Becky and Charlotte, which was the best match of the show, the rest was not good, honestly. I already mentioned Roman Reigns and Big E. And the women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. You had Jeff Hardy's last WWE pay-per-view appearance. You have a dumb Battle Royal, which nobody cared. We had fucking AJ Styles today, who got eliminated by fucking Omos and somebody else. That was stupid. Which I went on a massive rant on that. And it was so stupid to have Raw win outside of the main event and won most of the matches. Now said, this show was just bad. It was my second worst period of the year. You know what the worst period of the year for 2021 was? It was Extreme Rules. Come on. It was not sad about Extreme Rules 2021, but this is not about that. This show was bad also, so yeah. And this was the last Survivor Series Vince McMahon was wrote, so now we got Triple H taking over Survivor Series now. Because this whole brand warfare thing run its course. It was getting... should have just ended in 2017, honestly, which we'll get to. Number 2, Survivor Series 2019. Triple Warfare! Why? It's bad that you kept doing the Raw versus SmackDown shit. Now you gotta throw in NXT in there, which honestly, it ruined NXT to me. Because after this, they didn't meant nothing again. Because it was during, when AEW was on there, was on Wednesday nights also. Yeah. You had 3 title matches on the show, which at least they didn't have the 3 world titles face off in the triple threat match. Because every match was a fucking triple threat match except for the 3 world title matches, which was fucking stupid. I already mentioned about the main event. And the Fiend and Daniel Bryan for the Universal title. Let's leave it there. This whole show was awful. Let's just be honest here. But it's not the worst. Because, number 1, Survivor Series 2018. Enough said. They literally buried SmackDown on this show. You literally have SmackDown get clean swept. That was a Vince move. I swear to fucking God, that was a Vince move. Both elimination matches sucked. The main event was awful. Oh yeah, they have to try to make Horseface be a concrete face over Charlotte, which guess what? That ain't gonna fucking work! Cause the fans know it! And fuck Horseface because of it. So that's number 1. Survivor Series 2018. Enough said. So that's my 5 worst overall Survivor Series events. Number 5, Survivor Series 2010. Number 4, Survivor Series 2013. Number 3 was Survivor Series 2021. Number 2 was Survivor Series 2019. And number 1 was Survivor Series 2018. What the fuck do you think it was going to be? Okay. Enough of the negativity. Let's get the good stuff out of the way. Now let's get to the best Survivor Series stuff. Anyways, so let's go with the top 10 best Survivor Series matches. I forgot the going on. Okay. So it's 20 minutes so far, and it looks like they're gonna break the SmackDown versus Raw 2006 record. I don't know. Number 10, the men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match at Survivor Series 2016. This didn't feel like it because the main event was Brock and Goldberg, which was an awesome scene to see Brock Lesnar get destroyed by Goldberg in, what was it, 1 minute 26 seconds, I believe it was. I don't remember. It was a fresh move for because the brand split recently came back. And they had to do brand warfare for the beginning of the Survivor Series, which this in 2017 should have just been it, basically, like I mentioned. So yeah, and for some reason, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton were the survivors in this match over somebody like AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, but yeah, Shane got speared to hell by Roman Reigns, which was, yeah. Continuing the whole Kevin Owens Jericho storyline, which was still a plus here. But that's number 10. The men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match at Survivor Series 2016. Anyway, so yeah. So basically that's yeah. Number 9, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch at Survivor Series 2021. So in my worst, Becky was on the worst list, so this was on my best list. And this match should have been the main event, honestly, because it was the most hyped match on the card. But no, yeah, I put Roman Reigns in the main event. Well, guess what? That match was boring. This match was the opposite. Well, they have two bad matches, like I mentioned before. We already talked about it. Let's just move on. I already mentioned this on my Survivor Series 2021 review last year, so yeah. There's another honorable mention would be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre from the 2020 Survivor Series. So yeah. So that's number 9, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch at Survivor Series 2021. Number 8, Batista versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2007. What a terrible, god-awful year this 2007 was for wrestling because of the Benoit thing, but let's just not talk about it. There was one shining light in 2007, and that's the Batista Undertaker feud from 2007. You know, they have amazing matches. The WrestleMania match should have been the main event, honestly. Even though Cena and Michaels wasn't that bad of a choice, but I honestly think Undertaker and Batista should have been the main event. Their last minute standing match at Backlash, which was great also. I don't mind the double finish because of it. But this was a great match, honestly. And it led to Undertaker versus Edge the following year. So Batista retains, and unfortunately at Armageddon he dropped it to Edge. But yeah. So that's number 8. Batista versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2007. Or no, number... Oh, I forgot to put it number 7. Hold on. I forgot. I said Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre with his own budget. Oh, I lied! That's number 7. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series 2020. Silly me. Even though this was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, which that would have sucked, honestly. But the Raw before they put Drew, give back Drew the WWE Championship, what was the point of giving Randy Orton the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell, honestly? So yeah, the whole tagline was best of the best. Technically, it was not really the best match because you had Bobby Lashley for the Sami Zayn on that show. And, yeah. This was a very good match. But Roman was going to win this match, honestly. But, yeah. This was one of the first time we saw Drew McIntyre with the sword entrance, which, yeah. Well, this was the second time. The first one was on that Raw. That literally made him look like a dominant man that he is, but yeah. Should have been Roman at Clash of the Castle, honestly, but whatever. Anyways, I was so dumb, honestly. I forgot to put Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns from Survivor Series 2020 on this list, but whatever. It's on there. Moving on. Number 6, Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss from Survivor Series 2017. This is not, like I mentioned before in my review, I'm going to keep it brief. This match was only 6 days' notice because Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship from Natalya on the SmackDown before this. So, and in my opinion, it was a good idea because they wanted to do Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania 34, which I already talked about. So there's that. So yeah, I already mentioned it. Anyways, so that's brief. Number 6. And Charlotte's on this list again. So yeah, fuck you haters. So yeah, number 6, Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss at Survivor Series 2017, which I already reviewed that show already. So that was 2 days ago. Number 5, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series 2017. Again, I already talked about this match. It was a great match. It's number 5 on this list, but honestly, I should have swapped them, but whatever. It's my list. Again, this was supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. Oh my god, that would have been awful. But Brock Lesnar did not want to work with Jinder Mahal, so that's a good, smart move for Brock. Because AJ Styles is a better worker than Jinder Mahal, honestly, but whatever. But honestly, I think AJ Styles should have won this match, but whatever. Because they want to do the sudden death thing, because they want to keep Kurt. Because Kurt Angle had to keep his job as Raw GM, so that's the reason why. So that's number 5, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series 2017, so I'm going to keep that brief. Number 4, Chris Jericho versus John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2008. These two really work well together. Jericho, like I mentioned before in my 10th review, had a rough beginning as a babyface. But his heel run was awesome. This heel Chris Jericho should have been in AEW, honestly. But yeah. And John Cena making his return in his home state of Boston, which, fun fact, this year's Survivor Series is going to be in Boston also. But yeah. And Cena winning the world title was an obvious. So yeah. It was a great match still. So that's number 4. John Cena versus Chris Jericho for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2008. Number 3, Team Austin versus Team Bischoff at Survivor Series 2003. This Survivor Series match was amazing storytelling. You know, from the night after WrestleMania 19, where Bischoff kayfabe fires Steve Austin, and Steve Austin returned the night after Backlash, become the co-GM. It was hilarious. Let's be honest here. And we all know Austin's team was going to lose, but even in 2003, I wanted Austin's team to win so he can no longer be provotic because he wanted to whoop some ass. So yeah, but we all know Austin was not going to be around much longer. Side note, this WrestleMania 19 was his last match for 19 years until recently at WrestleMania 38 against Kevin Owens. So awesome to see Austin back in the ring. So yeah. So that's number 3, Team Austin versus Team Bischoff at Survivor Series 2003. Number 2, Team WF versus Team Alliance at Survivor Series 2001. The end of the shitty invasion angle. Thank God. I already reviewed all the 2001 review. I went through the entire invasion storyline. Now, Vince McMahon was originally supposed to be on Team WF, but he replaced himself with the Big Show. Big Show was not going to be much of a player in this match. I mean, I already talked about it. You only have Booker T and Rob Van Dam on that team. The two people who were never, RVD was not part of the WWF in 97. He was part of that ECW working relationship. But yeah. This was the best way to end this god-awful invasion storyline. And the WWF wins. The Alliance is dead. And this led to the whole Ric Flair being the co-owner with Vince McMahon. So yeah, that's number 2. Team WWF versus Team Alliance at Survivor Series 2001. Number 1. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Kane versus Booker T versus Chris Jericho versus Rob Van Dam in the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2002. The very first Elimination Chamber match. Last year, I did that. I reviewed that show already. Last year in my Survivor Series 2021 reviews. Shawn Michaels' comeback story, winning the World Heavyweight Championship in Madison Square Garden, by the way, because in '96 he got booed out of the building. 4 years later, he's getting a hero's welcome. That was my opinion, the best comeback story. Shawn Michaels winning the World Heavyweight Championship, even though he wasn't going to be champion that long, but Shawn Michaels holding the big gold belt was actually pretty cool at the time. So, that was 20 years ago, by the way. Man, so that's number one. The first Elimination Chamber match from Survivor Series 2002. Anyways, to recap the men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match at Survivor Series 2016. Number 9 was Charlotte and Becky at 2021 Survivor Series. The only good match on that show, by the way. Number 8, Batista versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match at the 2007 one. Number 7, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series 2020. Number 6 was Charlotte and Alexa Bliss from 2017. Number 5, Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles from 2017 also. Number 4, Jericho and Cena from the 2008 Survivor Series. Number 3, Team Austin versus Team Bischoff at the Survivor Series 2003. Number 2, Team WWF versus Team Alliance at the 2001 Survivor Series. And number 1, Team Triple H, Michaels, Kane, Booker T, Jericho, and RVD in the first Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And it's been 30 minutes. It may break the record. There's one more. Oh yeah, I did put 2016 on the list. Whatever. There's one more to talk about. The best Survivor Series shows. So let's get on to it. There's some honorable mentions on here, like 96 and 2011. 90 was also a solid one because The Undertaker's debut. But these are the 5 I chose, so let's get on to it. Number 5, Survivor Series 2017. I already talked about it. Keep it brief. Styles Lesnar was great. Shield and New Day was fun to watch. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss was a very good match, but it was not as good as their Extreme Rules match because that one had a storyline. We already know. So that's that. Number 5, Survivor Series 2017. Number 4, Survivor Series 2001. It was the end of the Invasion angle, like I mentioned before. The cage match between the Dudleys and the Hardy Boys was great. Edge and Test was a solid champion for champion match also. The Battle Royal was meh. Trish Stratus winning her first of 7 women's championships was historical on the show. And the main event was amazing too. So, keep that brief also. Number 4, Survivor Series 2001. Number 3, Survivor Series 2016. The big match was Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, which ended 1 minute. I don't know, it was 1 minute and 26 seconds. I don't remember. But the whole thing with Goldberg squashing Lesnar was awesome. Let's just be on it here. The 3 elimination matches were good. I don't remember much on that show also, but that was the only things I remember on that show. So yeah. Number 3, Survivor Series 2016. Now, number 2 and number 1, I had a tough choice. But, in my opinion, I had to put 2002 as number 2. The first Elimination Chamber match. Enough said. Lesnar and Big Show over the WWE Championship was actually a decent match. The Dudley Boys reunited, the original Dudley Boys of being Bubba Ray and Devon. And Shawn Michaels winning the world title in the main event was amazing too. So that's number 2, Survivor Series 2002. Number 1, come on, Survivor Series 2003. Team Austin, Team Bischoff was the best Survivor Series match ever. Vince getting his ass whooped in the Buried Alive match, which led to Kane and Undertaker WrestleMania 20, which was great. Goldberg and Triple H was a good main event also. The beginning of the rise of John Cena, which I had tough. I don't know if this was the show at the beginning, the true rise of John Cena, or was it WrestleMania 20, but whatever. The ambulance match with Kane and Shane was very fun to watch. And this was a fantastic show. So yeah, that's number 1. Survivor Series 2003. One of my favorite pay-per-views in the Ruthless Aggression era. The other was WrestleMania 20, like I mentioned. So that's it. 35 minutes. I think this is the new time for a review or for a video. Anyways, like my first Raw review broke the Super Bowl 9 views. So yeah, let's talk about this. Number 5, Survivor Series 2017. Number 4, Survivor Series 2001. Number 3, Survivor Series 2016. Number 2, Survivor Series 2002. And number 1, Survivor Series 2003. So that's it. That's it. I did it. 35 minutes. It's over. 36 minutes. Holy shit. I don't know how long this would be. Whatever. Tomorrow I'll do my SmackDown review. And Saturday will begin Season 12 of my year-end review. The WWF's Royal Rumble and WCW Super Bowl 6. So yeah. Like this video, comment down below. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. And bye.